Good morning, everybody. It's Motivational Monday time. I'm Gretchen Heido, life and business coach, and I'm so happy to be with you today. Did you have a good weekend? I sure did. Did a little bit of pumpkin carving, went with my kid to the Magic Castle where he's a junior magician. It was a nice time, but I still woke up anxious today. How about any of you? You ever have anxious Mondays where it feels like there's just a lot looming ahead and you're not quite sure how to do it all? That's really normal. And I'm wondering for you, what are some of the things that you do to get out of that spin? I know for me, I have to get up and make a list. I have to make a gratitude list when my feet hit the floor in the morning. I actually write it down. Sometimes I'll pray, I'll read some inspirational reading, but I have to do something to get out of my head. And I would love to hear from you what you do to get out of your head. Because Monday is just another day. And here's the thing, sometimes what happens with Mondays is there's just a lot to do, and because there's a lot to do, we have to goal set, right? And today that's what we're going to talk about. Mondays means goal setting. And here's the deal. We've been taught to set goals all of our lives. We set goals from the time we were kids, maybe to get better grades in school, or to participate in that team, or to be a cheerleader. We dream about saving up enough money to buy our first car, to go to college, to do those sorts of things. The beginning of the year, we make resolutions to lose weight, to travel more, learn a new language, to start a business, to write that book that we've always wanted to. We even set goals to become better leaders. And here's the deal. I have not yet met a person whose problem is setting a goal. All of my clients can set goals. Every single human I've encountered can set a goal. The issue is in the execution, because while we all know what we want to achieve, we often lack the motivation or maybe the follow through with our action plans, and we get really busy, right? Life gets in the way, we're busy, and it's hard. It's hard for us to continue for our goals. So how do you motivate yourself to continue working towards your goals? How do you overcome some of those challenges that might get in the way? I found a great article on Forbes. I'll put the link in the comments. And here's some of the things that they said that I completely agree with. Executing your goals is about knowing your limits. You do want to push yourself, but never to the point of exhaustion or burnout. Because what happens is when we get burnt out, we can't stay motivated. And we often lose sight of our goal. I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm in the middle of trying to finish something from this book that I've wanted to write since I was 7 years old, and I feel burnt out. I've really pushed and pushed, and I need to take a break. And so I have, over the weekend I did take a break. And the next part of that is that once you are emotionally available, break down your goals. You got to think about what is the destination. Think of each step that you need to take and break it down even smaller so that it can be attainable. This week for me, what I need to do is I need to go back through some notes that a potential agent gave to me to take a look at how I can take maybe one or two of her notes and change them in the manuscript. Then I can go on to the next part of her notes. But when I looked at the entire thing, it felt really, really overwhelming. And that's what it's like. So for you, maybe your goal is to launch a business someday. You need to be able to take smaller steps that would include things like defining your business process, what are your products or services, getting funding. So this week I want everyone to think about what your goal is and what is one small baby step that might even be enjoyable for you to do so that you can do it. The third thing that's really important is avoiding distraction. Distraction is the enemy of success. Facebook, Instagram, texting, our emails, getting on the phone, all of that, it really affects our productivity and it leads to procrastination. And then before you know it, it's the end of the day. It's time to do whatever you have to do and nothing got done. And you have to revisit your goals one more time. So decide that you're not going to be distracted, that you're actually going to set a certain amount of time each day where you can't be bothered by others and where you turn off your phone or turn it to silent so that you really can focus on those goals. This one I love, focusing on the rewards. So a lot of times when we think about rewards, we think of money, but it doesn't always have to be monetary. Maybe it's a feeling of satisfaction or accomplishment, but you have to know your why so that you can set your goals, so that you can know how to do it. For me, my why with the book is so that I can help people break free of their secrets and their shame so that they really can go out and live their very best life. That's part of why I do these talks on Mondays and Thursdays too. You know, I had to know my why to do this goal even, because these Facebook Lives felt scary. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. I'd been told for months that I needed to. So you just have to start. So the next one is taking action. You know, how do we take action? Well, we have to take ownership of everything involved for accomplishing the goal. This means any failure, bad decision, problem. It means no more making excuses for why I can't follow through on my action plan. Why are you saying you can't follow through on yours? It means being deliberate. And think about that for a minute. If I get really deliberate about my book, then I'm able to move forward. It's when we're not deliberate. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna. You're gonna what, you know? So set some time this week to decide what you're going to do and then make the time to do it. Some things to support this too, or get the knowledge that you need. I really needed people who could help me with this part of my book proposal and the things that I had to do to move it forward. I didn't know it all. So what do you need to do to educate yourself? Maybe you need to work with someone. I hired a book coach to help me. Who do you need on your path to help you get to your end game? You know, and know that, and really just take action on how to educate yourself. And here's the other thing too. I want you to write something small down that you can do so that you can begin today. When we keep pushing things off, things don't happen. And so that I'm gonna can really be your reason for failure. So today, I want you to just write it down. Take a minute right now and just write it down. What's something that you can do today that might be small, but you can do it. And so the last one is don't fear your failure. Easy to say, right? Well, it wasn't easy to say. It was actually a little bit of a tongue twister, but don't fear failure. And here's the deal. If we're afraid of what might not happen, or we're afraid of it being bad, the thing that we do, or not coming out right, we're not going to get it done. Thinking it has to be perfect, that's the enemy of success, and it's the enemy of moving forward. So if you have a goal today, I just ask that you take one small step towards it. And I would love it if you would share with us in the comments, what is your goal? You know, what is the thing that you're working on? What is it that you really want? I'm going to put some worksheets in there too, some handouts for you so that it'll help you define your goal and your why and why you really want it. It might even give you the motivation that you need to move forward. I had one a few weeks ago, something that I've wanted for a long time in regard to travel, and I had to take a look at my why and then really figure out the how, and I was able to do it. So I want that for you. And in the words of John C. Maxwell, a man must be big enough to admit his mistakes, smart enough to profit from them, and strong enough to correct them in order to move forward. So that's it for today. Happy Motivational Monday. I'll see you on Thursday at 3:15 for Real Talk. And here's the other thing too. Email me or drop some comments in the comment box and let me know what topics you want to talk about. Thursday, I had on the agenda that we're going to talk about asking questions and why you don't do it, why it feels wrong to ask questions and how that's getting in your way. But I would love to know from you guys how I can best support you, because that's really what I'm here to do. So everybody, have a great week. Happy Monday. Tell me your goals and we'll talk on Thursday. Take care, everybody.